Good morning and welcome to this live broadcast. I'm MJ Lifestylist coming to you from my home and studio in Bournemouth in the UK. And this morning, as with all mornings, we're here to bring you some motivation, inspiration and conversation for your day ahead. And hopefully you will resonate with something that is said today. And today I want to talk about sacrifice. Obviously it's the 11th of the 11th today, and in about an hour we will have our Memorial Day Remembrance Day, minute of silence. But I wonder how many of us sacrifice ourselves in some way, shape, or form for the benefit of others without taking cognizance or notice of that. So today we're going to have a bit of a chat about that. But to begin with, why not start by popping up on screen the 3 things that you are grateful for today? What 3 things are you grateful for today as you're sitting here? What do you want to show gratitude for? What brings you great inner peace? Because for me, gratitude does that. Gratitude brings you inner peace. It just allows you to be in your best mind, body, and spirit, I suppose. And what does that for you? How does that get achieved for you? Think about it, look at it. How does that work for yourself? The 3 things that you are grateful for this morning. I'm going to start with a card. Morning, Claire. I'm going to start with a card this morning, and then we'll see where we go. Oh gosh, right. That's spirit stepping closer, as you guys know. First card we've got this morning. Now the cards do look funny on the screen because of the green screen behind me. This says Protecting Treasure. It's card 39. 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So 39 comes to a 3. 3 is all about change. And so when we look at Protecting Treasure, we've got a girl lying on top of, or trying to sleep on top of, a treasure chest. There's some treasure spilling out of it. It's closed though. And there's an umbrella above her head protecting her from the rain. And there's a little bird sat on top of the umbrella, and then there is a rainbow that ends where the chest is. So for me, I always say this card comes about when it indicates that we all like to protect and look after those things that we love. So whilst you're protecting everybody else and everything else, do you realize that you too are worthy of protection? You too are worthy of being protected. It's a very weird sort of feeling, understanding, but it is that thing of, do you realize that you too are worthy of protection and being protected? And more often than not, we don't realize that because we're so busy looking after everybody else. So it is one of those weird things that comes about where we just need to take note of that too. She's also got the umbrella over her head, so she's being protected, and then she's got the little bird on the umbrella. For me, those are like Jiminy Cricket. They remind you to look back at your past and see how far you've come on your journey. Please excuse the yawning, guys. It does happen when spirit steps closer. Hey Jane, how are you? So what 3 things are you grateful for this morning? Our audience seems to be slow to build this morning, which is alright. It's just one of those things, really. But pop up on screen the 3 things that you are grateful for this morning. What 3 things are you grateful for this morning? Let's see how those have come about. Tony Goswell, good morning. Morning, Sue. Here we go. Everyone's coming in now, which is great. Yeah. What 3 things are you grateful for this morning? And what sacrifices do you believe you've made in your life to assist others, or to further others, or to help others? Where do you believe you've made sacrifices in your life in order to assist or help others? I'm interested to know. Send in your answers, send in your gratitude. Let's see where that goes. Right, our next card out the pack, just fallen down out the pack. Our next card is Stuck in the Mud. Now this card is a perspective card. Again, the pictures are slightly weird because of the green screen behind me, but in this picture you have an elephant, and it is ostensibly stuck in the mud, but it has a little bird on its back, and the bird is looking back at how far the elephant has come. It's card 24. Hey Mahesh. It's card 24, and 24 comes to a 6. Now 6 is usually all about family. This card for me, Stuck in the Mud for me, is very much about the idea of the perspective or your attitude towards life. Do you feel like you're stuck in the mud, or do you feel like you can celebrate life because of the mud? So stuck is a state of being. It's not an absolute. So when we feel stuck in the mud, it's a feeling that we're projecting towards the idea of being stuck in the mud. And I want to put to you that although that might be how you feel, you might feel stuck in the mud. Mud can either drown you. If you were in quicksand kind of mud or that kind of thing, it could suck you in and drown you. You could die. Or you could lather on very top quality mud all over your body, pay a very high price at some sort of spa, and call it a beauty treatment. So mud can be seen both ways. Can be seen as a negative and as a positive. How do you choose to see the mud that you're stuck in? What life situation are you stuck in right now? And how do you see yourself moving beyond that situation? So how do you take what you've been given and change it for the better? How do you mold it? How do you make it work for you in a good, empowering, life affirming way? That's the big question. That's the big question. How do you do that? How do you make that work? How do you do that? How do you see that happening moving forward? And so once you understand that, you can then work with mud in order to release your attachment to the negative and embrace your attachment to the positive, really. But that's all up to you. We each as individuals have decisions that we can make and should make at every step of the way. And it's up to us to make those decisions and to stick to those decisions moving forward. Make a decision and stick to it. What 3 things are you grateful for today? We're nearly 10 minutes in and nobody shared their gratitude this morning yet. What 3 things are you grateful for this morning? Come on, guys. Share your gratitude. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. I'll pull another card. Okay. Magic Prayer. No. Magic Prayer comes up next. It's a lady who's sort of throwing her hair back, throwing her head back. It's card 32. She has got over here where this white spot is on your screen, it's actually a pink orb. And this is mostly green in the card, which is why you can see the projection behind me. 32 comes to a 5. And the 5 is all about being prepared, being open to new experiences, new opportunities coming your way, new surprises. Things that are coming your way in a good way. 5 is all about that. It's about being prepared for the new that will come. It's about making sure that you are ready for everything that is coming your way in a good, affirming way. And so that is really, really important. Oh, I just moved her around, haven't I? Let's find her again. Hold on. I think it was Magic Prayer, wasn't it? Magic Prayer. So Magic Prayer was all about also knowing what you want, being sure of what you want to attract into your life, and sending up those thoughts. Now, this doesn't have to be monetary, guys. Maybe you just want a good night's sleep. Maybe you want to resolve things with friends and family. Maybe you want to move into a new career. Our wants don't have to exceed metaphysical things. They can be metaphysical. They don't have to be physical. And it's all about how you embrace that. Jane says, grateful for my Wednesday morning snooze, my home and my family. Sue says she's grateful for home, rainbows and coffee. Anne-Marie Coleman, hello, good morning, darling. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a little while. But I've seen your photos and you've been very, very busy, which is great. Great, great, great. Kelly Dowrick, good morning. So how have you shown gratitude in your lives, guys? It's the 11th of the 11th today. How have you shown gratitude in your lives? Where have you sacrificed in your life to help or assist others? In a good way. What have you sacrificed in your life to help or assist others? Morning, Martin. Today I'm grateful for our chat yesterday, the Costa I'm drinking, and the chat I had with a lovely lady in my local shop. Amazing. Jane says, I don't feel stuck in the mud. I feel like this is a period of peace and stillness after a year of happenings. Yes, that would make sense for you, Jane. Absolutely. It would definitely make sense for you. So where do we feel like we have sacrificed or given for the sake of others or helped out other people? Where do we feel we resonate with that? How does that show up for us? Is my question. How does that show up for us? How have you shown selflessness or gratitude in your life? How does that work for you moving forward? A very quiet audience today. Maybe we're shy. Ooh. So our next card is Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Oh, there we go. If I do that, you can see more of the card. Card 25 comes to a 7. And 7 is all about transformation. All about transformation. Now, here you've got flamingos turning into butterflies. So there's lots of pink on the card. Pink for me is our higher heart chakra. And our higher heart chakra for me symbolizes our secret hopes, dreams, aspirations, and wishes, and how those pan out for us, how those work out for us. And so that is phenomenal. Metamorphosis happens as a result of changes that we choose to make at number 3. So number 7 is all about transformation. How do we actualize those changes? How do we bring them to fruition? How do we get them to work for us? Very, very interesting. Kelly says, I gave a homeless man £20 last week and stopped and talked to him for a while. Amazing. There isn't one big thing for me, just lots of little helping out moments. Jane, I think that is the key. I think if we try not to do big things, but try to make small changes, and this could be for our health, it could be for our well-being, it could be in our neighborhood, it could be for colleagues at work, it could be for friends. If we just try and change small things, one little thing at a time, that will add up to big change that will come. Because every little small change helps for the betterment of the future. Every small change helps to remind us of our human nature and that there are people out there who need it. And you've certainly been a big help in my life, Jane. It wasn't a big thing, but there are 2 Commonwealth war graves where my uncle is. So when I put a poppy for my uncle, I put one for each on one of. I put one each on their graves too. That's lovely, Liz. But that's what I'm talking about as well. It's like the selflessness of doing something, not because it's no, Bella, not because it's expected of you, but because you just want to make a difference, or you choose to make a difference. Come on, come. Bella's here to say hi, everybody. It's just about making those differences. Being the change that you want to see out in the world is really, really important, I think, for a lot of people. Yeah? Being the change that you want to see. Bella's very jumpy today. Claire says, got to do my gratefuls. Grateful for health, nice coffee, and a good night's sleep. I also stopped and talked to a lady on a dog walk. She really needed to talk, as Spirit told me. She walked away and said to me, do you have angel wings? Oh, that's amazing. As I've said on here before, I always make it a point to greet people, especially if I assume them to be older than me. I will greet them out of courtesy. It hasn't always been met with positive. Sometimes people are quite rude and say quite nasty things back because they think you're patronizing, I suppose, or they think you aren't genuine. But I genuinely do greet everybody I see on the road that, to my mind, is older than myself. Good morning. Sorry I haven't been here for a while. It's been so busy. Hey, Jenny Lucas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so today we're talking about gratitude, and we're just taking some time out to think about things because today's Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th. I've actually got 2 events on today, so I'm trying to sort of ease my way into that. 2 things that I'm doing online today, which are both going to be quite taxing, and so I'm just trying to slowly work my way into today and see how that goes. What are we all up to today? Is anybody doing anything special? Is anybody doing anything different? I know it's Wednesday, but some people do stuff for Remembrance Day. I know we've got limits to what we can do, but is anybody specifically doing stuff that's special or different today, or commemorative today? Share on screen. Oh dear, the delay is very, excuse me, the delay is very noticeable today. Usually it isn't, but today it's very noticeable. Oh, there we go. Kelly says, I'm grateful for the birds, clean water to drink, and yummy food in my tummy. Yummy in my tummy. Cool. Education pops up next. Now, she doesn't come out very often. She's card 35, and it's a woman reading a book on like rocks near the beach, I suppose. And there's a bird next to her, which is a stork or an egret of some sort. Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see it when it's side on. Now, education here for me, it's card 35, but education for me doesn't always mean book smart. Sometimes it means the education we get in life, like life lessons and life things going on. And that's really important. It's like how we deal with life, how we choose to view life, how we embrace life, all very important. So education can be a variety of things. It doesn't just have to be book education from books. It doesn't have to be I've got the wrong word. It doesn't have to be sort of education from books. It doesn't have to be learning in that way. It could be life learning, life lessons. And today of all days, we remember that. Loving the background. Thank you. It's a pretty picture I found. I'm hoping I'm not infringing any copyright laws. Okay. Off. Thank you. I love having Bella on my lap, but sometimes it's just a bit too much. Jane says it feels like we're all being slow and respectful. Yeah, absolutely. I feel a little bit sedated. Grateful for my family. I love them so much. Good. As I sit here, I'm noticeably yawning a lot today, and I'm noticeably quieter than usual. I can even hear my volume, me speaking, my spoken voice is quieter this morning than usual, which I find quite interesting because I'm usually quite vocal, quite loud. I'm not complaining that I'm quiet. I'm just saying, like, it feels a bit surreal. And then your messages are coming through a lot slower than usual. There's no constant. It's like fits and starts. So who's this? This is Claire. Says booked on a short crystal course with Carl Gray tonight and next Wednesday. Nice. That'd be lovely. I think just smiling at someone, telling them how nice they look helps so much. Something I haven't been able to do since being away from people for so long, especially with the masks now, that hide so many expressions and removes conversation. Yeah, they're very impersonal, aren't they? Very impersonal. I battle to read people with the masks on when I'm in a social situation, like a store or a shop or whatever. But I'm now back locked up in home. So I won't be leaving the house. Tomorrow is 1 week of what? 4. So I won't be leaving the house. Andrew, bless him, is doing all the shopping and all the fetching and carrying. And he's hurt his back, so I'm even going to cut my own hair again on Friday. Feeling somewhat low today, not energy. I think it's happened to a lot of us, Kelly, especially if you're empathic, and I do believe you are empathic. I think people that are empaths are finding it very difficult today because the earth energy is low anyway, and then you've got the Remembrance Day tagged onto that. So there's a lot of heavy feeling today, which, you know, empaths don't really deal well with. We need to be light and fluffy to try and not feel so pulled. Where are you? Betta's bed has been put back underneath my desk, which is great, but she keeps running backwards and forwards to her desk because Andrew's not here. He's gone to the chiropractor, so because of that, we can't settle. Bella, settle down, please. Come and lie on your bed. On your bed. And stay there, please. Stay. So, yeah. Guys, I think I'm going to sign off early today. I do think that all of us could do with a bit of rest and rejuvenation and recuperation. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you're doing the best that you can with the tools that you've got. Today is Remembrance Day, so spare a thought for others, spare a thought for the people that went before us, and just allow yourselves to be part of that experience, really. Yeah, and I shall look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you're available in the morning, or Thursday night we have our mediumship evening. It's £5 a person through Zoom, and all the details for that can be found on my page. Or Sunday night for our Psychic Sunday, where we do a card per person. But if you want a reading or readings, then we will see you on Thursday night if you'd like readings. I am going to sign off. As I say, it is Remembrance Day, and the energy is quite heavy. But I would love for all of you to please take care of yourselves. And I shall look forward to seeing you tomorrow, if you're able. Lots of love, lots of blessings. Have a fantastic day, whatever you choose to do. Spare a thought for others today. Spare a thought for those that have gone before us. And then embrace life, because we're here to live it and we're here to enjoy it. And we need to really show gratitude for the lives that we have as a result of the sacrifices that others have made. Be blessed. Have a fantastic day. Namaste. MJ.